how to seed plant during a launch, and why do you even want to do that? Find out on this episode of Authentic Selling TV. Launching can cause drama, lots of drama. You know, one of the ways that you can set yourself up for success with a launch, and one of the ways that you can avoid the drama, is by seed planting for your launch. What do I mean by seed planting? Well, let's say that you know you're going to launch on February 1st. You know you're going to launch on February 1st, right? Let's reverse engineer a little bit here. Let's go backwards. So it depends on what you're going to do to launch, but some typical things that people do to launch are send emails, have a webinar, have a challenge, have an affiliate launch, and those things usually happen 30 to 14 days before a launch. So if you're going to open the doors on February 1st at your webinar, then likely for the previous 14 days, you've been seed planting or trying to sell people into signing up for the webinar, right? So if we reverse engineer this another 30 days, so now we're like 45 days from your launch, you can start seed planting. A great way to do that is make a list of all the questions that your people might be struggling with, that as it relates to the product that you're going to sell, as it relates to what you're going to do inside of your course. What are you going to help them do? So let's say you're going to teach them how to decorate their house, right? What are all the questions that people have about decorating their house? Where do I go to buy stuff? Where's the cheapest way to do it? What colors should I use? How do I make this look like a decorator did it when I'm doing it myself? Like all the questions, all the places people get stuck, all the questions that your people might be asking. And you can start doing little pieces of content about this. Again, 45 days before you open the cart. So that 14 days-ish before your webinar or your challenge or your free thing are kind of reserved on getting people to the webinar, getting people to the challenge, getting people to the thing, right? The thing, the doors open event. But the 30 days prior to that can be reserved for planting questions that your people are asking. Now, you don't want to solve all those questions or all of those things for people, because if you solve them all, then there's no reason to buy from you. But let's continue with this analogy of an interior designer, right? And so let's say that there are 3 steps to choosing color, choosing the right colors for your house. I'm making this up, by the way. You might tell somebody, here is 1 step. And then I'm going to cover the other 2 steps in depth so that you get the exact right colors in my Design Your Way course. Get on the wait list. So if you have a course that you are selling or coaching that you're selling, it is a great idea to have a wait list. It is a great idea year-round to have a wait list and to drive people to that wait list. So not just to have your wait list up on your website, not just to have your wait list up occasionally on social media, but really drive people to that. You know, you don't have to give them the whole answer. Give them one piece of the answer and say, we're going to solve this in depth for you inside of my incredible course. Get on the wait list so you're the first to know when the doors open. A great way to seed plant is through the self-identify cell. So actually, if you start seed planting early enough, you can use the self-identify cell and the educational cell. So the self-identify cell allows people to say, oh yeah, I got that question. I want to know what the answer is. Oh yeah, that's me. Oh yes, I have this pain point. I'm going to pay attention to what she's saying or what he's saying or what they're saying. And then talk about, here's one thing to think about as you solve this, and then I'm going to give you all the steps inside the course and get people on that wait list. And it's a really good idea to do something special for the wait list prior to that 14 days as well. Maybe give them an opportunity to buy at 21 days in advance of your launch with an added bonus, because they're already raised their hand and said, I want to know more. If you sell a course that launches year round, have that wait list, and on social media, go live and talk about your course and talk about the results, and then have the call to action be to get on the wait list. Now, you can also use the educational sell. So we're doing self-identify with our pain points or our questions, but you can also use the educational sell by 45 days out by showing people that they have this problem they didn't know they had. So by saying, if you're struggling with blah, 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 then you have this issue. And you may not have realized that it was this issue. You may have thought it was your job, when actually it's your thoughts about your job. Now, you got to be careful how you do that with thought work, but for our points and purposes here, this works. So that's the educational self. So let me do this with something I do that's a little bit easier. So are you doing all the things and still not finding your customers? Have you been in business for a hot minute and you're still not making the money you want to make? Are you finding it challenging to close customers and overcome objections? Have you taken a marketing course after marketing course and you feel like you don't know what is wrong, right? This is a little bit of the self-identify and the educational sell, because it's like, yes, yes, yes. Well, what actually is most likely missing from your sales, from your business, is the sales process. Here comes the educational sell part. The black and white definition of the word selling is the exchange of money for a product or service. So you can be the best marketer in the world, but if you can't sell it, your business is broke. See, I've just educated about the need for selling in your business. You know, you can do this with limiting beliefs. You know, are you always crushing your quotas? Are you the rock star mom who on the outside always looks put together, always has her stuff in order, but on the inside, when you look in the mirror, you may not tell people this, but you think I'm a failure, or I'm a fake, or I'm a fraud. Well, you're not a fake or a fraud. We need to learn how to work through those limiting beliefs, because we all have them. Limiting beliefs are those tapes that we play in our heads that nobody talks about, that nobody shares. But when you learn how to stop that tape, how to press stop and destroy that tape that runs through your head, you are going to not only look like that rock star mom, but you're going to embody what it means to that rock star mom. You're going to be happier. You're going to be more put together. You're going to get even more stuff done in less time. That's exactly what I'm going to teach you how to do in my Overcome Your Limiting Beliefs class. Get on the wait list now, because you are a rock star. We need to embody that rock star in every area of our business, of our life, of our whatever. So that's just an example. You see, we ask some questions. People are like, yes, that's me. Yes, that's me. Yes, that's me. You may think the problem is X. Now, we don't get a lot of places by telling people they're wrong, but we can educate them on actually, here's what's going on. Here's what's going on. And I've got the solution. Seed planting is pretty easy when you think about it, but you have to be intentional with it. It can't be an afterthought. It needs to be part of your entire launch plan. Your launch plan doesn't just include, what am I going to do for my webinar? How am I going to sell people on my webinar? And sending some emails. Your launch plan needs to start at a minimum 45 days out. Now, if you're in the middle of launching and you're like, well, I wish I had known this before, that's okay. That's okay. Depending on where you are in the launch, you can just move forward, get the data, and course correct from there. But know that seed planting in launches allows people to see the need for what you do. It allows you to engage with people before you ask for their money. It allows them to see you as an expert before you say, buy from me. And stats show us that people are much more likely to buy from you when they trust you, when they have had a little bit of time to see the need for what you offer. So the next time you launch, look at a calendar. Start 45 days in advance, really talking about the pain points that people are struggling with, the questions that people are asking themselves as it relates to what you do, and have a wait list that you are driving people to year round. You're going to see an increase in sales. You are going to thank yourself for doing this. Planning is the secret to avoid launch drama. Now, you may occasionally have a launch that has the best laid plan and something goes wonky. And that's okay. We can figure that out. But you want to ensure that you are giving yourself the best chance to sell out those launches every single time. And when you add seed planting into the mix, you are virtually doubling your chances of success. So seed plant on those launches. Start 45 days out. Create that wait list. Your business will thank you. Your launches will thank you because they'll be less drama filled and you're going to make more money as a result. Ring that bell below for more tactical and practical advice on how to find and close more customers. I believe in you and I believe in your business. Bye, y'all.